Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Since this COVID-19 pandemic, learning process, working, all is done from home. The situation leads people all around the world facing and having the issue of compulsive internet usage. They spend hours and hours on the internet knowing that it doesn't benefit and is a waste of time. But still, they make no effort to change this, even though they know that it is harmful and can become an addiction, then which is called internet addiction. This lack of self-control can be really dangerous, just as other addictions. People who are addicted to the internet face mental and physical issues, which can end up being fatal and end a person's life. Therefore, I'm Divasmara Larashati with student ID number A1M2200004 will describe about internet addiction. Okay, without wasting more time, let's start now. Well, what actually is internet addiction? Internet addiction is a term to refers to the compulsive need to spend a great time on the internet, to the point where relationships, work, and health are allowed to suffer. In other words, we can say that internet addiction is an unhealthy behavior that interferes with and causes stress in one's personal life, in which, like other addictions, compulsive internet usage completely dictates a person's life. Internet addiction is more common among young people like us than adults, but in general, people of all ages around the world are now facing this issue. Then, how can we know if someone is get addicted to the internet? Well, it can be different from person to person, but some common symptoms should be the warning signs that internet addiction may be developing. First one, compulsive urge to use internet. It means that there is a compulsive urge to use internet for increased amount of time to achieve browsing satisfaction. Individuals who lack control in computer usage often suffer from the internet addiction. Next, staying online for more time than what have decided. If you are staying online for more time than you have decided, it means there is something wrong. Using internet as a way of escaping reality or reducing stress or boost your mood can be a sign of internet addiction. Next, feeling depressed, stressed, or irritated when not using internet. If you feel depressed, stressed, or irritated when not using internet, you are suffering from internet addiction. You might have an addiction of internet if you are isolating yourself from family and friends to spend more time online. Next, having trouble to focus on work or on the daily tasks. If you have trouble focusing on regular work, or you have found that your online time has made you slack on the daily task, you may be suffering from internet addiction. Then, after knowing the signs of internet addiction, a question may come into mind. What are the causes of internet addiction? Internet addiction has several causes that can vary with gender, age, and personality. First one, social influences. Society plays a great role because if the individual's friends or family members are engaged in internet addiction, such behavior is acceptable. Internet addiction seems to be common among people who interact more online in online games, chat rooms, social media, etc. Next, self-medication. People with a mental disorder like depression, stress, anxiety may self-medicate themselves by using internet to relieve their symptoms, to make them feel better. Next, emotional patterns. The emotions and thinking patterns also play a vital role in driving addiction behaviors. It's about how the person handles difficult emotions. People who are suffering from anxiety or depression can easily get lost in the virtual world if they find their relief there. Okay, next, compulsive behavior. For example, online gambling sites encourage the individuals to play again and again, more and more. Some people are information addicts and don't stop themselves from browsing the web and reading informational articles. Last one, shyness. Shy people find it difficult to interact with others, and many develop internet addiction. They often feel that meeting people online is less intimidating than the direct communication. Thus, chat rooms and social media sites allow them to connect with others. Well, as what I've said before, people who spend an unusual amount of time on the internet meet all the symptoms of internet addiction. Then, the effects of this phenomenon also tend to become apparent with time. First, relationship issues. This is the most common effect. Internet addiction threatens stability in relationships and can cause a threat to close relationships with friends, family, and beloved ones. Loss of relationship then results in loss of self-identity and connection with life. Next, isolation. Someone who spends a lot of time online may get isolated from family and friends because they don't interact much with others. This can have some effects both physically and mentally, as in depression and loneliness. Next, decreased productivity. People suffering from the internet addiction have low rates of productivity as they either put off doing the work or are unable to do the work. A lot of them are busy with online activities and fail to notice how much time has gone by. Next, disassociation and instant gratification. Internet addicts become heavily involved in online community to escape from their real-life problems. Internet addicts, they may even can't stop themselves from clicking on the links or just, checking the emails. Social media has also created an obsession to share personal life with the world and caused trouble in living in the moment because they are just too busy sharing moments with others. Last one, depression. As I said before, depression is one of the causes of internet addiction that allows them to ignore their real-life problems, but at the same time, it can worsen their depression and they log out from the internet because they may feel forced and stressed to face their real-life problems. Besides these effects, internet addicts may notice decreased levels of personal hygiene because they hardly care about their looks. Moreover, they may develop physical symptoms such as back, shoulder, joints, and hand pain. Some of them even develop poor eyesight issues due to long hours in front of computer and other gadgets. Well, after all of this explanation, it is really important for us to keep in mind that when it comes to technology, we should create a healthy work-life balance. There are many ways to treat internet addiction, especially the severe one, as in psychotherapy, counseling, support groups, etc., in which the main purpose is to reduce the compulsion to use internet and reach a point where the use of internet only for a certain period. After all, we all should be able to use internet as a choice, not a compulsion. Well, I think that's all from my speech. I'm really sorry for all the mistakes in this speech, in delivering the speech. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.